C103. Nice. You're waiting.
Hey,
That's
Mark.
so sweet. Yeah. Hopefully we keep the streaming going because we've got some really wet weather outside, stormy weather outside. So Pastor and I were just sitting here, and he was talking to some family members, and they were discussing how crazy everything was. And that's when I thought, oh, wait a minute. Hey, Lone Star Living, I was just looking at your Instagram about 2 days of wet that you got, and we're right in the middle of a storm. And there's Jesus, shalom. Anyway, they were talking about, what a strange year it was. Shalom, Asoyo Peace, and Luna Jardine.
You know who a soil piece is?
I do. Let me adjust that again. There we go. How strange a year it was. And, he's the person he was talking to is close in age to us, so we have some perspective there, about this election compared to elections in the past, and where we thought our lives were going to be going at this time, and how strange it all is. And there's Arthur Leslie, shalom, and Jess W. from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
And Mike Moody, and up north Homesteader. Shalom, shalom, everybody. And so I was thinking about, this is the last day of this year, hello. Hey, Tanya Melissa, shalom. Good to see y'all. And Adenir. But yeah, 2020 is coming to a close. And we didn't think, I didn't, I wasn't anticipating, I wasn't seeing, even though it was happening, I was living it, that this year closing down. And I thought, it is worth a little bit of, let's spend some time and think about this year and think about the perspective. And hey, Prepper Frog. And Wes, shalom, Ewins. Yeah. And so I just wanted to kind of do the year in review of the suck, if that makes any sense. And, hey, shalom, Melina in Washington. I kind of wanted to review some of the things that, this year did to us and brought to us and how awful it was. And I remember one of the first things.
Awesome. I can't believe it.
Hey, NWA Prepper, are you feeling okay now? Are you on the mend?
Are you alive?
We were just eating some sausages that came through you, and they were pretty yummy, and so we appreciate that.
I can sit.
NWA Prepper. You can sit either side of me, because we can move this a little bit. Like, the lighting is pretty good right here if you want to come look. It's going to be a twofer tonight. I said we should get a little fun going on, because, if you're as old as we are, you remember Art Bell would do a end of the year show, and they would talk about
predictions.
Everybody
got to make predictions.
Right, predictions for the next year. Maybe we should write some of them down. What do you think?
Should old acquaintance
Yeah, we can get into that too.
And never be the same.
Love Art Bell.
Should
Tony Melissa said. All right, so let's see if we can.
Forgot. We're
going to get the tool table behind us. Major Ken, and that's the end of the story. An Og Stomper. Shalom, PJ and SK. Shalom, shalom. I think that's a good idea. Okay. And Antonio McAllister. Shalom. So some of the first things that came out in this year, and we can get to predictions. We'll do predictions next.
What is your name?
9.
What is your unit?
9.
What is your mission?
9. First thing, the year starts out. We have the
Sorry.
we have the fires in Australia, and we have the That one's pretty good too. That indirect, yeah, that's kind of nice and soft. Don't forget, we don't want to, make too much lighting
Because our house is
because
a
our
mess.
house is a mess.
Our house is real.
Right.
Keeping it real for 2021.
Locusts in the Middle East and fires in Australia. Yes, officer, I've got my insurance and my registration. I can provide it. Telling you, that's not bad. Just set it on that table back there, sweetie. What is in Pastor's cup, and is there any extra? What is in your cup, Pastor?
In my cup,
Yes, sweetie. Your cup running over.
my cup runneth over. My cup has Aquafina in it.
Only Aquafina.
I didn't say only. I said it has Aquafina in it.
Uh-huh. Mine has peach flavored tea. Not that anyone is going to get excited by that. Happy New Year, Viking family, said the Patiable. Bradley Clever said shalom, Sister Kate. Shalom. Garcia family said yay. The best only.
I should sit closer so I
Yeah.
look bigger.
But you see how pale
I don't look
now?
at that. I look at that.
Yeah, but you see
We're
how
pale.
No,
We're Vikings.
that's a little.
The Vikings were pale.
Can we not move that just a little bit?
We
so
can, but
it's a
then we'll
little
be
bit
dark
more-
and mysterious.
It's okay if it's dark and mysterious. We don't need to be super lit. Rave party is Sister
Now
Kate.
we're in our longhouse. Nobody
There's
can
Okie
see
Boss.
me. Nobody
I
can
said
see
indirect. I didn't say you had to turn it off. You see how this goes all day long. The back and forth thing. Don't do it. It's way too much lighting. They can see everything now. It's way too much. I don't know what you don't understand about indirect lighting. Look at that.
me. Okay, I tell you what. You set the lighting. I'll talk to the people.
You do that.
Hello, people. I can't read. Can you bring me my really cool glasses? Oh, they're right here. What do you think about these?
They are.
Are these not
those
the
are
bomb?
Those are
Sister
rotten.
Kate bought these for me.
Yeah.
We're gonna get started here. We're just, it was like a spur of the moment. Let's do the live stream thing. So now I've got to see what your comments are.
Where did you put that huge? Okay.
The huge light is right there. Come to the
Is
light.
it going to be okay to be on that one? No, don't I have to?
I've got you and TJ up at the same time. Awesome. I didn't know TJ was on.
I did. I knew he was on.
Yeah, these specs, they're reading glasses.
Yeah.
These eyes are 2015 because of PRK, but I can't see what
good,
you guys
right?
are writing on the screen. Yeah, that's cool. That looks good.
Yeah, we don't want to be like.
Let's give Sister Kate a clap. She did a good job with the lighting. What are you, our best boy or grip? What do they call the person that does the
Thought we
lighting?
aren't supposed to do New Year's. We aren't.
We're not, but you know what? We got to change the date on our checks. So
Right.
it is what it is.
We're not actually doing anything.
We're not doing anything except talking to you.
Exactly.
And having a little bit of the mark of the maker.
And also just talking about the world year, I guess you could do.
We were talking about the fiscal year today. It starts October 1st.
Right, and our year starts
This is like the second quarter starting
in the
fiscal
springtime
year.
when the barley becomes ripe. That's when we will actually be like Happy New Year. That's why I didn't say this
The
live
wind shakes
stream.
the barley. Is that a movie?
That's why I didn't call this like Happy New Year. I said bye-bye
Bye-bye.
bye-bye because we haven't
Have a
liked
nice day.
you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye 2020 because we haven't liked you. You've sucked. You've been an awful year.
I disagree. I've had a pretty awesome year.
We have had a pretty awesome year, but
Right.
it's still the year in general has
Oh, I
been
think it's
awful.
an exciting year. Look what's coming.
Started with locusts
Locusts.
in the Middle East and fires in Australia. That was the
Awesome.
beginning of
Bring
our
it.
year. That was before the big news of the year even
You're
started.
pregnant. The big news of the year.
It's a medical issue, but it's not me being pregnant.
Look, this is me having fun. Relax. All right, there.
But we do
I
need
should
to
fix
talk
my
about
hat. Now I look like the Ayatollah. Ayatollah Khomeini. No, I'm not saying that part.
No, okay.
I refuse
Probably
to
a
say that part.
glitch again, maybe more than one live open. Yankee Watchdog. Congrats on being prego. George, please, please. I'm a granny. Let me just say that. I'm a granny. My first son, his name is Odin. One more son due in February. Any suggestion on Viking-like names for number 2? Ragnar, Angus,
Bjorn.
Bjorn. There you go. Not that we... Look. Vikings Services is his channel, but we are not Viking pagan.
Well, we're
Right.
believers, followers of the
Right,
way
we're
of Yeshua.
believers.
She has Viking blood. I actually have zero Viking blood. German Austrian, Southern German Austrian blood flows in my veins only.
Hagar, I
however,
think
have
it's a female
been-
name.
Viking.
Yeah. So, yeah. And as far as the new year, this is just, Rome, whatever. We
Somebody's
live
message
in this
is
channel.
held with for review. I must fix that and let
Okay.
them in.
There's
guess
John
somebody already
Ray.
did.
Shalom.
Wes S., thanks for being here, brother.
Yes. I have an uncle named Bjorn Svensdegard. There you
Good.
go. That's a good name. Earl's daughter, Hiya. I didn't know Earl's daughter was on there. Cool. All right. So,
All right, so to AHD cat. I have a cat named. How do you say that word? Because I just watched a video
Tor?
yesterday of a woman from Iceland who was laughing at how Americans say things like Thor.
oh, nice, Dubbis.
And it's
Or
not
Jubis?
Thor.
It's Tour.
It's. I know you roll the R.
Tour.
I think it's like Tur. Tur. Tor. Something like that. They roll.
Torsen.
If you don't roll the R, it doesn't count. And she was giving us guff.
Nice.
Whatevs.
Nice. I hate to, but I need to go. Sleep must happen. Work will come soon. Good night and Happy New Year. Yeah, bless you.
Bless you, brother.
And be safe. Be safe.
I hope it's a
Hello
quiet,
from
boring night.
Wyoming. Yes, me too. I would say anything is better than 2020, but I don't want to be wrong, right, Kyle? So we had the fires, the locusts. Then we had a pandemic, whether you thought
When
it
you
was
say
real
we,
or not.
you're talking about humanity.
Right. We,
Not
the
us.
great manness.
We do not
Right.
suffer the plagues of Egypt.
No, those plagues didn't fall here. They fell over in Egypt, the locusts and such. So then the pandemic comes in the March timeframe. Everyone has forgotten. There was also
Hello, Don.
a
Hello,
presidential.
one old man.
What is it when you get rid of the president? A presidential. They tried
Impeachment?
Impeachment. There was a whole failed impeachment that we said was going to fail. We said this is stupid.
There wasn't an impeachment.
There was Pelosi, and then impeached him, and it failed. They didn't
Did they
prove
impeach
their
him?
point. Yes,
Hmm.
and the press was all about it. Oh, Trump's been impeached, except it failed.
Lone Star Living, Boiler Mechanic. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Como estás? And then
Susan Bryant, shalom, my sister.
Susan
Old Devil
Bryant.
Dog.
Old Devil Dog.
You know
good to
he's
see
got
you.
a EGA on
I
his
am
arm somewhere.
descendant of King Olaf. Well, that's pretty cool.
I'm descendant of a bum in Steiermark, Österreich. That's what my father says.
So what happened in? Oh,
Oh, yes, that.
so the pandemic happens, and then we roll into the summertime.
Somebody said, the Garcia family.
Yes.
Do you head cover, Sister Kate? Maybe they can't see. Maybe they can only hear.
Can you?
They don't have video on their...
I do head cover.
Yes.
Generally speaking, yes, and it's all up to this fella. If he
German,
says,
British. You know, half the Brits are Germans anyway.
If he said take it off, I would take it off. If he says go in
Eric the
public
Viking.
uncovered, then I do. It's whatever
Riots!
he does.
Oh,
But
I
yeah,
think she's
do.
getting to the riots, Tom.
Right, Tom. That's exactly right. So we go from the COVID and the
Wow,
impeachment
Ty Jones
and
all the way
roll
back from
into-
U.S. RSOG. That's awesome.
right into the riots and the looting, and that happens all summer long, right? I mean, y'all remember this? It was on the news like every day. It was all over Twitter, and BLM became a thing, and everybody was talking about BLM, and then Antifa was a thing, and everyone's talking about Antifa, and it's in the press every single day.
So, Jed, retired SF chief, are you pretending you're Nancy, or I don't quite understand that. Is that your nom de plume? I don't know.
That's a husband.
I think so. Probably on his wife's account.
Right. Because he said, a live stream, I'm getting on there. And then NFAC. What's that?
NFAC. And then NFAC. The Not Fucking Around Coalition.
Oh, that's right. So they come as a result of the other one. And while the summer rioting is happening,
Hello, Harley Bear.
they're damaging property, they're looting, they're
Yes,
murdering.
Prepper Frog, you're right.
they're murdering a few people, right? And everyone's all like, this is
I
on
don't get
everyone's
drunk,
mind since everyone
and I
attention.
don't shoot firearms irresponsibly, so neither one of those things will happen. In
That's
this
right.
house. However, in this region,
Who
oh yeah,
knows?
that's
Who
already
knows,
happening.
right? We've got bad weather, but that may not stop them with the fireworking and the shooting and the whatever.
All right, Jed, we'll handle that. Do you know Jed? True story. My son's name is Joseph. Our next child, you have to have a boy name and a girl name picked out. We were
Happy
going to
New
name
Year.
our second child, and as it turned out, third child, because they were both girls. If they were a boy, what were we going to name said boy?
Jedediah.
Jedediah Russell.
Russell.
JR, if he had red hair, which we hoped for, we were going to call him Rusty. Yeah. Or Jed. Call him Jeddy when he's a little boy.
I like the name Jed. I think
I
it's
do
kind of
too.
cool.
Cool name.
I knew a boy who lived across from me when I lived in Indiana as a child. His name was Jed. Okay.
I was quoting. It was the name of the coalition. They chose it.
Right.
I'm not afraid to say real words. I know them all.
That's exactly right.
And I didn't really drop the F-bomb. I just said what they call themselves.
Jedi, Rusty, Fox. Could have been. Ended up being our daughter, but it could have been. I am a ginger. I approve. I like gingers.
What gingers are like the fastest disappearing
Right,
human
all
on Earth. I tell every man who has a red-haired daughter, you ought to get a double dowry for her.
Not only that, all gingers should get married and have more gingers. My brothers are both gingers. Rusty says, yes, Rusty is a good name. Zerubbabel is a good name also. Thank you for helping me when I was suicidal. Hey,
Well, you're welcome.
you're welcome. Glad you're still with us. They fear us.
They fear us.
Og Stomper. Are you
Og
a
Stomper. That's
ginger?
actually a pretty cool name.
One of my sons is a ginger, great, beautiful boy. I bet. So,
Oops, sorry. Earthquake.
oh
Oh!
no!
All right, what's our immediate action drill if there's an earthquake?
Leave.
Go out that door.
Go out the door.
I don't have shoes on, though. That's bad.
What happened in the fall? So we had the rioting and looting all summer. Fall comes. It's still going on, right? And then we had an election.
We had an election, and Trump won.
And Trump was winning up until
He
10
did win.
o'clock.
He won the election.
10 o'clock. And then all of a sudden he's not winning anymore.
He did win. He was still winning. They were lying and stealing.
And so we have that mess, and now it brings us up to now. And if you guys had anything happen in 2020 that you want to share
Good
with
evening,
us,
Douglas.
feel free.
We were just
Howdy,
conversing
Tennessee
today
Trapper.
about helmets. Should you have a helmet? I said if there you anticipate hard things whizzing by one's head, one
Supreme
should have a
Court
helmet.
drama in the fall also.
Oh yes, the Supreme Court drama.
Alas, my grandmother and father, 6 months apart
That's
in
tough,
2020.
Melina.
Right? 2020, you awful year.
Shalom, Max Injection. I'll cover the notes for you. I'll tell you if you need to talk about something.
Okay,
Just
so
keep going.
Kevin said he left California. Good year for him and his. Good. That was a smart move.
Tony moved here.
Tony moved here.
We
That
were
was a
so
good move.
happy. Our brother came from the great state of. Maybe they don't want to put that up.
Yep. Personally here, I was given
RBG happened. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
12 or 13 free ducks and then 7 more.
So
that
did
my
ours, Matt
sister-
Dish.
Our sister hatched out another 7, so I went from like 3 ducks to 25 ducks, which made me personally very happy.
Oil prices went negative for the first time. I was going to tell my
That's
brother
right.
this, but the conversation moved around.
That's right.
So the thing about oil and gas,
And it made the gas company.
so guys in the oil field make a lot of money. They make good money. They work hard for their money. They work hard for the money. But they make good money. But it's not just the
My mom
guys in the
for
oil
champagne.
field. They then spend that money on trucks and guns and houses. And
ATVs.
then those people take the money they earn selling trucks and guns and houses and four-wheelers
And
and,
they go buy stuff.
and restaurants. And they buy stuff. And it supports a huge chunk of the economy. And so the oil and gas industry is very important to this country.
It is.
Be very careful of that cord.
I'm being
And,
very careful of the cord.
When the reptilian overlords, as TJ likes to say, put Biden in power, that's going to die.
Right, and that's a lot of jobs, really. So that prediction, here's prediction number 1 of the night.
What?
Oil and gas industry tankage.
Tankage. That's my prediction. If
all right.
that's assuming the child liquor gets in.
I've never heard you call him that before.
Oh, that's New Year's Eve. We can get a little loose. We can get a little loose, right?
I will be right back. I'm going to get a piece of paper and we're going to start writing down the predictions. All right?
While Sister Kate's out, we can have secret conversation.
I can't hear it.
She can't hear it because we live in a mansion and she's way on the other side.
14,000 square feet.
14,000 square feet.
Okay, here.
What do you guys want to know? Come on, you got me before SK comes back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So far, 2020 has meant more work for me. I'm a private security officer. Hey, good job, DL. That's cool. And TA2AHD cat.
That's a very long, hard to say name.
Yeah, that champagne thing is. Wow, there's been so many comments since then.
She does walk fast. She went into the West Wing and came all the way back.
Okay, 2020 prediction, and you said oil and
Patrick,
gas.
I have shot almost everything that I can think of. Yes, I've shot a 10 millimeter. Actually, 10 millimeter is an
tankage.
excellent cartridge,
All right.
but it's not very popular anymore.
Anybody else want to do a prediction?
Predictions. Are there any predictions from the Vikings
2021? And I know
or the Kate's crew? What do they call you? What do you
crew.
call it? Crew.
Yeah,
Just
from
the
the crew
crew.
members. From
Crew
my
members
crew.
or from the Vikings? Any
Right.
predictions?
Any prediction for 2021? And one of you made comments about what's going to happen on the 6th affect what's going to happen on the 20th, and that's a resounding yes, absolutely. All right.
Happy New Year, Mom to Grandma. She's a mom to Grandma.
That's right. Happy New Year. Yeah. Will what happens next Tuesday have a big impact on what happens next Wednesday? It sure will. I want to see Sister Kate beat Bear in a shoot-off. Oh, so much pressure.
Bear won the shoot-off this year.
I know.
He beat Sister Kate. He beat me too.
2020 has. I didn't.
He won't beat me next year though.
I didn't compete. 2020 has allowed my husband and I to get our medical preps for health conditions more in line. Excellent. Good deal, Lime Life. She must. Okay. Food shortages. All right, that's number 2.
The Real said major stock market correction mid 2021.
Okay, we got food shortages, and that was Nancy H. And then 3 was stock market correction.
Westhold Forge.
Hang on, who did the stock market correction again?
Oh, I don't know. It's going very fast. There it is. The Real.
The Real.
The Real.
All right, so we got that. All right, so we are up to number 4. 2020, hubby returned home
I
safely
have shot a 105 main gun out of a tank and out of a howitzer.
from another deployment, and in time for the birth of our 5th son.
Hoo-hoo, you are blessed. You got arrows in those quivers.
5 sons. He probably thinks you are the cat's meow. Cove AIDS 2021. Boiler mechanic said. Okay, Cove AIDS.
Johnny F.
Hang on.
No, don't look at there. Listen to me, woman.
I've got to write down.
Johnny F. I say Trump will be president one way or the other April 1st.
Johnny F. Trump Perez by April. All right. That is number 5. We're on to number 6.
Og Stomper.
Yes.
I like that name. As a matter of fact, so far that's my favorite name. Hey, Fajalling.
Hey,
A
Fajalling.
prediction of deeming farming as dirty and banned.
Farming banned. All
Good.
right. Og Stomper. Man, y'all are looking into your crystal
Level O
ball.
citizen, that's not good enough prediction. Mandatory vaccine proof for travel. That's like not even
That's already
predicting.
happening. There are already stories about that. Someone said they're buying a wood stove, level 07.
Fajalling, you missed
Excellent.
everything.
It all breaks loose.
Try
on
to
the
keep up. It's a fast train.
All right. Prediction is that it all breaks loose on the 6th. That's Tennessee Trapper.
I've shot a 155. I have not shot an 8-inch howitzer.
Tennessee Trapper.
I'm not even sure they had them in the Army when I was around.
76. January 6th Chaos. All right. We're on to 8.
Lime Life said churches will get shut down.
Come what will, I'll keep on keeping on. Home field advantage. Our reps will be objecting. Guess we'll see what Pence does. Ball will be in his court. Yep, they've been saying on the news on Twitter that these guys are
Are you taking
objecting.
predictions?
Yep.
Chris Clark,
Okay.
power grid attack.
Power grid.
That's
attack.
almost no-brainer.
Well, we've already had kind of the cyber attack, right?
Broke Kansas farmer.
Nice name. People helping people, neighbors.
Broke
actually
Kansas farmer. Good book. Harvest of Rage.
predicts that one world order won't let Trump serve another term.
Well, that's like, we're going to know that Wednesday, one way or another.
Yeah.
The rise of AI. That's not really Don't take any of my comments personally. I don't know you personally, and, I'm
Sure.
in my cups a little bit. So when I say somebody says the rise of AI, that's not really a prediction. Don't take it personally. It's
Yeah,
okay.
but I want to know who said it because did you watch that video the Boston Dynamics put out?
I did. All right, it was Westhold Forge, our friend, buddy, and brother.
Westhold.
The rise of AI.
So,
Can AI be defeated in a garage furnace forge?
Yeah, have you seen the Terminator? I'm just saying. But so the press covers that story and says, millions of people watch these robots that can dance better than they can.
Can't dance better than PJ.
It was pretty cute, but
I can bust a move, yo.
you know what we were talking about while we were watching these dancing robots? How would you like to fight one of those things?
I accept the challenge. Challenge accepted.
How would you like it if that thing was attacking you? And that the four-legged thing was even worse. I mean, can you imagine how fast that thing can run? It's not
Kevin
cute,
R, do you
it's
know
scary.
that the algorithm held your comment? It had to be approved because it was so...
Controversial.
I approved it immediately.
All right. Gold standard. What about gold standard, Oregon Berry? You think it's returning?
Happy New Year, Mark. I owe you an answer. It's coming. I just need a sunny day and time to get on my laptop and do all the
All right,
things.
new
but it's
currency.
coming.
I'm writing that one down. Northern Explorer. New currency. Currency, Northern Explorer. This means next December 31st, we have to go through these and see how many of them actually came true.
Fajoling says the two witnesses.
Ooh, that's a big one. All right. Two witnesses. Do you guys know what that means? Do you know what we're talking about when we talk about the two witnesses?
Fire breathing.
Continued ammo shortages.
Steve Quayle's a bit whacked out, right, Johnny?
Yeah, Steve Quayle's a
Come
little
on now.
wacky. A little bit. Continued ammo shortage. Okay.
George said droughts in the Midwest.
Okay, let me put that down. 14.
I predict we will be discussing these predictions. When is your website gonna be back up? When I end up with another 20 hours a week extra time. I know that sounded a little snarky.
J
Sorry.
Gray 7. Okay.
When someone decides to be my webmaster that I personally know and wants to take it over, I talked about that with some people. It's like, turn this into a moneymaker. Let's do it. We'll all make money, but just, life.
PJ and SKU beat Rockin' New Year's Eve by 100%. We're that fun.
Doobie71. I don't reveal sources or methods.
Tannerite ban. Chris Clark.
It's already banned on Shofar Mountain.
Tannerite ban. And who was that again? Chris Clark. We're up to 15 now.
All right, I don't want to turn this into a prediction show. I actually thought the prediction show by Art Bell was like...
I was 100.
I thought it was boring.
Did you? I
I
thought it
like
was
to
fascinating.
talk about UFOs, Bigfoot, aliens. Any of y'all listen to Art Bell? He was the best
Late
talk show
night
host.
Talk show host. All right, we'll take 5
Wait,
more, and then we'll cut it off. How about that?
All right, I'll
We'll do
help
an
you
even
do 5
20.
more.
We'll do 5 more. UN intervention. Wait a minute. Where UN intervention? Action Jackson. Okay, on the
See, me and Kurt, we get along, man. He said Art Bell in '99 was the base.
it was so good. UN intervention, COVID. All right, that's Action Jackson. 17, we need number 17.
The Viking. We got to write it down just because their name's the Viking. Record high oil prices. I doubt it, but go ahead and write it down.
Record high oil, the Viking. Okay, 3 more. Just 3.
George Orr's funny. Marijuana, meth, and heroin will be legal in Oregon. Never mind.
Already did it. The guns, then the bile. What is it? Janet Quinn said.
All right, so for those of you who liked Art Bell, who is the closest approximation? Who has the skills of Art Bell today? I have an answer.
I have an
in
answer.
my head. We agree.
Yum, 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 yum. Wait, Israel strikes Iran, nuke Tom Arthur.
Oh, Israel's going to strike Iran in the next 2 weeks. Come on now.
Nuke. All right, 2 more.
Okay, Lance Spencer has said this twice, and he's getting frustrated because he wrote it in all caps.
Oh my gosh,
There will be no Christmas lights next year.
Wow, that's interesting. So what do you mean by that? None sold, none allowed, none available?
Okay. Alex Jones, no. Alex Jones is a terrible talk show host. He doesn't let his guests talk.
Transhumanism.
I didn't say he's a bad person.
I like that.
George Noriega, I know you mean George Nori. He's terrible. These are my opinions. You know, you have opinions, I have opinions. Come on, guys. There's somebody out there who's almost as good as Art Bell.
Come on now, put your thinking caps on.
Tony and Melissa, I don't know who Jim Harold is. Do you need another one?
Nope, I got
Okay.
it. Transhumanism.
No more
That was
predictions.
it. Got the 20. 2020.
Rush, Neil Peart was the best drummer ever. That's my thoughts on Rush.
Rush.
Not Glenn Beck. All right, I'll tell you. All right, are you ready, Art Bell fans? There is somebody out there that is almost as good as Art Bell
and
at
could
interviewing.
do that.
Now, I'm not saying he covers the same subject matter.
Sometimes
as
he
Art Bell.
does, though.
Sometimes he does. Shall I say his first name?
Do it.
Joe.
Can I say his last name?
You can.
Rogan.
Joe Rogan, the JRE experience, that guy knows how to interview.
He does really good interviews. He does. Whether you agree with what they're talking about or not, he asks questions that gets his guests talking, and they reveal a lot of stuff, and you hear lots of opinion, and it's just good. It's never boring.
So, for those of you who liked Art Bell and you miss him dearly, as do we, I say give Joe Rogan a try.
Look at that train derailment. You guys had some really good ideas. And somebody asked a very important question for 2021, which is it going to be better than 2020 or worse?
Action Jackson Nomad, Joe never having his own opinion is what makes him a good talk show host. The purpose of the talk show host is not to do what I do, which is just pontificate and give you Joeyisms and, you know, stuff PJ says. It's to let the guest speak and pull out of them everything they have.
And some of the famous people he gets on there talk about
David
some
Clark.
interesting thing.
What is Google?
What is it?
Well, he said, who is Joe Rogan? So I said, what is Google?
In my conversation with Mark Goodwin, we talk about how the current events are turning his books into history. And who is Mark Goodwin? Okay. Nephilim. Somebody said Nephilim showing up. That would be interesting. There's a movie on either Netflix or Prime called Jerusalem.
I've seen that. Is it worth watching?
Oh, yeah, it is.
All right, don't tell me about
with
it.
a Z in the middle of the name. And
all right, I'll watch it.
It's very, very interesting. If you haven't watched it. Somebody said Epstein is alive. That would be some story.
Epstein is very, very dead. Trust me on that.
Yes. Someone predicted 9/11 or 9/11 on Art Bell. Wow, Truth Faction. I did not know that. Okay, bicycle sales through the roof.
You're old. You're
I know, I'm
back.
way
See,
back.
I got you, baby.
Yeah,
you
but
can
I
just
can't
talk.
see it, and
I
I
will
don't
tell
know
you
what
if it's
people
important.
are talking about. I want things to discuss.
David Clark wants to know what part of Somalia is Shofar Mountain in.
What part of Somalia?
South Central. What was the name of that movie? Lots of people have asked that. What was the name of that? I got you, girl.
Jerusalem.
Tell them. They're the one who know.
Jerusalem. Like Jerusalem, the city. Oh, the Z.
It's the Z for zombie.
And no.
I hate zombie movies. I'm
No.
getting tired of them.
It is not the zombie movie. It is not whatever that one was with Brad Pitt. No. It's about Jerusalem.
Kevin Frazier, are you the Kevin Frazier I know and love?
Why do you say?
Because he said
dead?
Art Bell, great dude, met with him in late '99 when I ran the Y2K recovery program for Dell.
Nice.
And I wonder if that's our Kevin.
Right, is that our Kevin? Shalom. Lynn Wood says Epstein is alive. I don't know who Lynn Wood is. We're out of touch with reality. Yes, sir.
George, I believe you're correct. They went after Art Bell's family to silence him.
Yes. Well, his wife died of an asthma attack in the middle of the night, supposedly. And she did have bad asthma. He did talk about that and say, like, we try to be very careful. And some people who have very bad asthma can die from it. So, arguable.
Somebody wanted to know how I got into punk music.
You know how you got into punk.
I think it was the Ramones, wasn't it? Didn't I start with the Ramones?
It was your roommate, your
No,
buddy.
I liked it when I had my roommate who became a DJ and worked for the cops as a dispatcher.
Well, I know how I got into it.
Tell us.
I went to London.
She went to London.
In
What?
the summer of 1980, after I graduated from high school.
Didn't it?
I went over there and I stayed with a family for about 10 days, and they were listening.
Can you say
to
that
it.
with a British accent, please?
I can try. And it.
Isn't it? No, I went to London and stayed for 10 days. What?
I went to London and I stayed for 10 days. What?
10 days?
Rode the tube.
Did you see any music?
I saw the UK subs.
The UK subs?
I
live in my
saw
car. I live in my car. I ain't got no TV, cassette, or stereo because I live in my car.
Right.
That's UK subs.
Yeah, I saw the specials and I saw someone else.
Specials. They're ska.
A message to you, Rudy.
Rudy.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not really punk.
Sean Atwood, what has the best Intel interviews?
Did you walk up and down King's Road?
I did go to King's Road while I was in London. I've been there twice.
Is that where you took the picture with the two punkers?
I took, and I had to pay them because they had the mohawks, and I said,
Did you
"Can
have
I
your
have your
mohawk done
photo?"
yet? I have the Poetic Edda. I have not yet opened it.
I don't think I did then, and so I had to pay him £1 to pose with them, which was a lot of money. Still is. You can't be SF and not do punk. Oh, come on now. You can do punk and not be SF.
Most of the guys on my team were not into punk.
Right.
They liked Garth Brooks.
I need to talk to Kevin very
I
quickly.
got friends in low places.
Kevin, do you remember this? And did you end up getting one for your son? Because
Did we know that that's the Kevin?
he said yes, sir.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he said
Awesome.
yes, sir.
I actually knew Ian Mackay. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the last one?
I add nothing to my coffee. I added it to my water, and it wasn't today. It was tonight because it's the world's New Year's Eve.
World War Z or I Am Legend. I Am Legend was actually pretty good.
I actually had to shed a little tear in I Am Legend.
Yeah,
and I don't do
they
that
actually
very
did a
much.
pretty good. World War Z wasn't bad either. Really, Aid says. Yes, Aid, I was there.
Really?
I spent a semester there and a summer there. I sure did.
Is the band Cake Ska? I don't know Westhold Forge. I don't know them.
Well, Lynn Wilkerson says if it's big guy from Netflix poisoned himself.
I've seen the Dead
Epstein
Kennedys
is-
many times.
Yes.
Holiday in Cambodia.
Okay.
Was it the Dog PJF?
It's like $1.50, isn't it? It was like $2 or $3 when I went. It was 2.50.
No, we don't do fireworks, Arthur.
Is the band Cake
Nothing
ska?
against them. It's just waste of money.
I don't know if Cake is ska.
I already asked that question.
Marathon Man is good. Okay, awful lot of hoopla over having to buy a new calendar. Marathon Man was awesome. Isn't that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Marathon Man?
I thought it was like a who's that little Italian actor guy?
Pacino?
The other guy.
De Niro?
Oh, maybe it was an early Pacino. No, is there a third guy?
See there,
Don't they like pull out all his teeth?
yes,
to
that's the
torture him?
one. Yeah, that's Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman.
He's not
Hoffman
Italian.
doesn't sound Italian.
He's Jewish.
He's a, yeah.
He's a Jew. No, Dustin Hoffman had his teeth pulled out. It's a weird movie. That's the only
I think that was
scene-
called Marathon Man.
Yeah.
You were thinking of Running Man, as Kevin R. said.
Yeah. No. So did Kevin Frazier answer that?
SK, what was your
Star
favorite
rating.
part of? Oh, now Washington, because they said when you were stationed there. Are you talking D.C. or the state?
Yeah, you
You
got
can
it.
answer both, or we can make him tell us.
How are your critters? Critters, we lost one. We had one pass away. I'm not happy about that. Star Rider Studio says, hi, Sister Kate. I saw Mega Man, but
Washington
not I Am
State.
Legend.
What was your favorite part of Washington State? What did you like the best?
It's a really good question.
South Rainier Training Area, where Sasquatch still lives.
Yeah, one of my fondest memories of being in Washington State was checking out range areas on the fort and going out there walking around with
And
my
you
kids.
always went to South Rainier, for the most part.
And I also bought my first horse there and rode it over to that part of fort, and that was a lot of fun too.
Omega Man, Ken.
DL,
Let me
you
have
should
a,
see I Am Legend
Thompson?
if you haven't seen. If you've seen Omega Man but not I Am Legend, you should see it because it is.
Oh, I Am Legend. There's 3 movies I Am Legend. There's Omega Man. There's the one before that with Vincent Price.
Right,
That might be called I Am Legend.
right.
And then there's the third one with
Will Smith.
Will
so
Smith.
you
It's
should
all the same
you
movie.
should see it, D.L. Hemingway. Ian McKay, guitar Susie and the Banshees.
I like Susie and the Banshees.
I liked Susie and the Banshees. I liked it. And I Am Legend was the dog's death what gotcha? That's
Yep.
a long time ago. Yeah, they did it on purpose.
Last Man on Earth. There you go.
Did Sister Kate ever see Bigfoot? No. And Sister Kate is a skeptic. Sister Kate is the realist who says a Bigfoot does not exist. And people are having group hysteria about it. So
Rangers, group hysteria. Yeah, right.
As
Because
if a
they're
soldier
prone to
never-
panicking at things in the darkness.
as if a soldier never told a story to BS
As
somebody
if
else.
a ranger is, there's a rule: never lie to another ranger.
Doesn't
No,
mean they
they-
don't do it.
No, it does.
They-
We have rangers on here. They'll tell you, you don't lie to another ranger.
Come on, you know that the people like
No.
to pull each other's chain in the military. They tell outrageous lies in the military.
Hello in Belgium. What language do you speak in Belgium? French? Do they speak French?
Belgique.
Belgique?
Bummer, Sister K. Come to northern BC. We have lots of Bigfoot. Northern Explorer says. BC, British Columbia.
Yeah, that's like right above Washington State.
Been there. Been to Vancouver. Is
Vancouver.
that BC?
Yes.
I've been to Vancouver. I saw, oh, come on. The
Oh.
Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind. I saw that there with my mom. I saw that.
You did. I remember you took a bus or something,
Took
right?
a bus trip. It was a military wife thing. Watch some How to Hunt Endless SAS stories. He watches them and he loves
I used
them.
to. I got tired of it.
French and Flemish in Belgium.
French and Flemish.
The Bigfoot chasing TV shows are pretty comical.
They are comical. I quit watching them too.
My thought for a new mag, the Graybeards. Number one, you have to be an old
That's a lot
timer.
of stuff
Two,
written in
have to
big
love
letters.
God. Three, you have to love your family. Four, you realize you need people. Squim, it's the best place in Washington. Okay. I don't want to
I think it's
fight with
Bigfoot's.
you. Big
I
feet.
say big feet too.
I love Phantom of the Opera. That was Michael Crawford, Aide said. Yeah, Michael Crawford was
Ken, you're
the
allowed to
Phantom
lie
for a
if you
long
started out.
time.
No shit, there I was. Then you can lie. It's okay.
Lots of SAS DNA evidence, and they are Nephilim. Sure. Yeah, Michael Crawford was the Phantom for a long time. Marines never lie either. They tell
I
sea
know. See, we're
stories.
ahead of that. I already answered, Ken.
All right. Well, what I found funny was an armored vehicle
Now,
crewman
Dio, you said you were driving, bro.
and parachute wings. Not commenting now. Armored vehicle crewman wearing a Ranger tab and parachute wings. If you're an armored vehicle crewman, couldn't you have?
Anybody can go to Ranger School. Anybody can go to Airborne School.
Right. They could have gotten that legitimately.
Do you know, Tom Arthur, they blocked your post. I had to approve it. Because
Behave.
it's so
Concert. Scary.
scandalous.
Scandalous. It seems I'm way
You know,
behind
I don't
on
know.
movies.
C103,
Mark,
there used to be this company called Blockbuster. And they rented videos. What are they called? VCR videos?
Yeah, VHS.
VHS videos. And they had a policy in Blockbuster. Each store had a policy. And if one was in their top 10% of renters, meaning you rented the most movies, top 10%, you got a gold card.
They sent it to you in the mail.
And
you
what did this gold card give you?
Right. They did not, you didn't apply for it. They just sent it to you, and you got like free candy with every 5 videos you rented. You got a free movie with every 5 videos you rented. You got bennies because you rented an outrageous
Everywhere
amount of
we
videos.
ever lived, she got the gold card.
They sent me the gold card.
We have seen every movie ever made.
But I need to explain that because it makes it seem
My
like
husband was gone all the time defending freedom.
no, it's not that.
I was.
You were, but I have to explain why I would watch so many movies because I am fascinated with literature. I'm fascinated with stories. I'm fascinated with how people make movies, the point they're trying to get across.
Because you are a literature major.
I'm a literature major.
English.
And also, even movies that are historical, what part of history are they trying to show you? Like the multiple World War II movies about the prison
You don't know that
camps.
history, we can change it however we want as time goes on. That's why we need a new
Absolutely.
history book every year.
Right. We need to just make everyone a zen.
Hello, Joyce.
And no more he's and she's. Yes. And we need to rewrite the Bible saying she for God every
Blasphemy.
time.
Blasphemy!
Because that's going to work well. Anyway. Shalom, Pastor, and it's Spark Maker Actual.
Spark Maker Actual.
What is your
This
favorite
is Charlie
period
36,
in
Albert.
history? The Viking.
Huh?
Yes.
What?
What is my favorite period in history? Yes. All of them.
What are you
love
studying
all of
now
them.
in history?
You guys know. You've seen my
You
videos.
know.
World War One.
World War One, baby.
It's fascinating. All the politics that are going on. The governments that decide they want to
Bear
go to war.
Independent, our brother Bear is here.
Shalom,
TJ
Brother Bear.
in the house.
Hey.
Hey, brother.
Nice to see you.
I just had to give you a good welcome.
World War One was also these countries who were trying to make war, but their militaries
See you,
weren't
Kev.
ready. Their people weren't ready. And when they get into the war, you send all these young men with that idealistic, oh, we're going to go save the world, and it's a bloody, nasty mess.
Bloody.
Machine
Bellow
guns, the artillery, and you still had people riding horses into battle, into machine guns, and it was just horrible. And everything changed after that war. Everything,
Machine
society, everything changed after that war.
Probably not a good idea to get online and charge a machine gun. Just saying.
And there were generals whose tactics they just were like a front charge. We need to just get all our infantry and get them online and charge, and we will overcome any obstacle. And they hit trenches and barbed wire and
Trenches, barbed wire, and machine guns.
machine guns, and
Woo!
that woo, yeah, you got to rethink everything. And for a lot of generals, they were stuck in that one place.
We always try to fight the last war. We're doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all realize we're at war right now, right? People think we're waiting on Al Qaeda to blow stuff up.
Do you prefer a retro or modern? My middle name is from a great grandfather who died at the Somme.
Somme.
I know about the Somme. I watched movies on the Somme. That was amazing too.
The Blue Max.
Yeah, that's one of my brother's favorite movies. Smokeless powder, first war used in the Boer War. Generals still fighting the last war. Ken Fan had said the same thing. All right, I have to take a little break. I'll be right back. You handle it.
But I'm afraid of talking to this sideways iPhone thing.
Well,
What will I say?
you will have
I'm
to
at a
talk
loss
to
for words. I don't know if I can do it. I guess I should put these on. I'll take one comment and run with it.
Be brave, little buckaroo.
I'll be brave. Mexico lost power just the other night. Sure. Do y'all have a plan for losing power? Do y'all have a plan for losing gas or oil or whatever powers your heat? You should. Buck up, PJ. I am camera shy, Wes. It's horrifying to me. I'm prepped for EMP. I wonder if any of us are really prepped for EMP because it won't just affect my house, your house. It will affect society. And I think, honestly, to be prepped for EMP, one must be very comfortable living in an 1800s existence.
And I think the book on the EMP, what's it called, 1 Second After or whatever, made an excellent point in that when you lose refrigeration, the medical field is going to change drastically because they depend on a lot of things being refrigerated, medicines and so on.
So,
blood.
Talking to my father today, who knows a lot about medical stuff in austere conditions, working for some three-letter agency in places we weren't supposed to be, and he's helping us design the Shofar Mountain Clinic. And so he called me today, and he goes, I got it coming in the mail to you, all the stuff. But, you should probably talk to some new medical people. I've been out of it for a while, and there's a lot of new equipment. I said, Dad, none of them know anything about operating in an austere environment like you did under triple canopy jungle behind enemy lines. And we're not going to have all that equipment. So tell us what we need. And so we had a nice talk, right?
Yes,
We're going to get like a
he knows a lot of good
centrifugal thing, and what's that called? Centrifuge.
stuff.
And we're going to
Centrifuge
get
and a
a
microscope and a
and
couple of other things. But
stuffs. Yeah. Have you thought about long-term medical care?
yes, the younger daughter was sad. All right, they're talking about something else. Can doctors perform without and then
Good doctors can.
good doctors? Hey, really good training for doctors right now is Doctors Without Borders because they show
Medicine
up.
Sans Frontières.
That's
MSF.
right. They show up and sometimes there's no power, no running water, nothing, and they still have to deal.
Ken, I've actually been trained in maggot therapy.
Lyme life, yeah. Type 1 diabetic, yes. You've got to keep your insulin cool. That's exactly it. So root cellaring and stuff. Diesel generator backup is shielded.
Hey, we need to get gas and diesel and propane tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wood stove, Mrs. Hermit Hill, shalom. Microscope is a good idea. Well, he knows some things to do with it too about blood.
Typing blood,
And
telling what
bacterial
kind of
infection.
infection it is so you know what
Antibiotic to use
prescribe.
for it. Yeah, so there he had some really good tips and pointers. What is the bear up to? And a team of horses. And John Ray, that's a perfectly good comment. And you need to know
John
how
Ray's
to,
here?
yeah, he
What's up,
said
brother?
it. You need to be able to hook them up. You cannot just throw a rope on that guy and tie it to a log and the horse be able to pull it, safely and efficiently. And harness is one of those things that only the Amish pretty
People
much.
don't make them anymore.
Right, and the Budweiser guys and the guys who do the pulls at tractor shows and stuff are making and using and know how to hook up harness and how to drive the horses. Did anybody get their COVID
I don't
cash
think
yet?
anybody gets it till the 4th.
Got harness, plows, planters, wagons, and pickers. They're ready. Doctors and RNs traveling overseas for missionary work during this time.
I think you should go to the third worldiest country you can find and work there for about up to 6 months and get some real experience.
Medicine Sans Frontières. I'm just saying.
MSF.
I mean, you may not even have to go to a third world. You could probably go to Appalachia.
They only go to your MSF doesn't go to Appalachia.
No, they don't. But if you're a doctor in the U.S., you could go to a poor part or an inner city ER and learn some stuff. Common folk did some extraordinary
JT,
work to feed. and heal themselves after the fall of the USSR. Yeah, right? You mean the Ninth Ward. Exactly. People in the UP are getting their checks already.
Really? I
Yeah,
did not know that.
yeah, I think it
Well,
said
thank you for informing me. I thought no one was getting them till the 4th.
could be as soon as today. I read somewhere rice bean bandages. Wish it was that simple. Inner city is good for trauma. Exactly. Herbal medicine is a great resource. Mules take a special breed of
Well, I'm not going to
person.
read the notes if you're going to read them then. Somebody's got to maintain eye contact with the peeps.
Sweetie, you're not reading comments.
I was
Give me
reading
your
the
phone.
important ones.
Give me your phone.
You want my phone?
I'll read your.
Hey,
I'll
what's
read the
mine is
comments.
yours, baby. You
That's
can have
right.
it.
All right.
All right. So, how many of y'all are going to
Where there is no
hear
doctor
gunfire
is
in
a
your
good
neighborhood
reference.
at midnight? Raise your hand. Or say, me. Gunfire in your neighborhood at midnight. Guaranteed here. Talked to my brother in Nova. He said no gunfire, but real fireworks. Roman candles.
I love mules, someone said. Tell us a story, PJ, someone said.
I gotta be in the mood to tell a story and have time. A proper story takes
You're
time.
welcome.
It has to unfold, and Sister Kate's kind of keeping this thing sharp.
Sergeant Jane said
boom.
fireworks already are going off. And Boiler Mechanic said he hears it now. And Shelly W said it's already happening. And lots of people are saying it's going to happen in their area. Broke Kansas Farmer said no neighborhood.
Celebratory
and I'll
fire.
be
That's what they
asleep.
call it in Iraq. And do you know people die from that
Yeah,
stuff?
when the rounds go up, they have to come down.
So do you think at midnight we should put on our body armor and helmets?
I think we should.
Okay.
I think we should sleep that way all night.
I've done it before.
I will put 3 rounds over the liberal neighbor's house, same as every year, said Wes. Fireworks in Tannerite right now in southwest Louisiana.
That's South LA, right?
George Orr said neighbor had a belt fed here last year.
God bless America. That's what I say.
And
Do
Abe
you want to
said
tell
they
them
had
the
lots
story
of fireworks.
about taking out the 50?
Okay, but you started.
No kidding. There we were. We were with a group of survivalists from all over the country. Nay! From overseas as well. We had somebody from Scandinavia. I think Sweden. What do they call Sweden in Swedish? Like Norway's Norge or something. From Sweden. And we were doing many classes over time. There were what, about 100 adults there?
Yes.
We were doing many classes, and one of them was on basic squad level patrolling, and there was OP4, Opposing Forces, which was another mag that was local, and they had a four-wheeler, an ATV, onto which they had mounted an M2 50 caliber machine gun for reals.
Yeah.
It had a blank adapter on it, and they had a big old belt of 50 caliber blanks.
Right.
And then they had a squad supporting it, and they would set up and gunk, 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 gunk. And then the squad would fire their M16s. Everybody had blanks and blank adapters. All 100 people had blanks and blank adapters.
Well, I don't know that they all played, did they?
Well, that one guy had a shotgun with blanks in it. That was with you. I wasn't playing for a couple reasons. I was acting as a safety officer. But Sister Kate, she was playing. And you had a little fire team of what, 3 people? 4
I think
people?
it was 3 people, maybe. And
What did you see?
what do you mean? What did I
You're
say?
out there in the woods, you're carrying, you got heavy set shotgun guy.
Right, heavy set shotgun guy was the big guy
He's
on the
kind of like
team.
wheezing and geezing.
Right, and we're walking through the woods, and
You're sneaking through the woods.
And
Gotta
I'm-
use the good verbs.
right, sneaking through the woods, and he's standing up, and I'm like, we should be lower, like we should not be
Where
standing
did you
up.
learn that?
I don't
Get
know,
low.
probably from you. And then I see someone coming out of the woods with their rifle aiming at big gun guy because
Because he's standing up. He
and
makes
he's
a big target.
guy. He's a big target. And since I'm down and kind of low in the bushes,
And what were you wearing?
I'm sure I was wearing camouflage.
You were wearing BDUs. Absolutely.
And maybe did I have the stuff on my face, the dark stuff, or no?
I think you had camouflage stick on your face.
Yeah, I think maybe I did. I think I blended. I
You
do
blended.
think I blended.
That's right.
And as he's coming up on my buddy, I pop up and go,
Are
pow,
we
pow,
still on?
you're
Because I
dead.
see no comments.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that.
Okay.
Pow, pow, you're dead. And he's like, what? Like, where did you come from?
And what did you do, Sister Kate?
I told him he was dead and you're out of there.
You had blanks in your gun.
Yeah.
You shot him?
I shot him. I did shoot him so he wouldn't shoot my team member. And then we were coming out of the woods.
And what did you hear?
Well, a lot of people had already been killed and were giving up. And so
Because this mag was pretty good. They'd done this before.
right, and they had been like following that ATV and they had been popping people and people were, you know, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead, dead. So we came out of the woods and we came from behind them.
Right. A flanking maneuver to the rear.
Because they assumed everyone was already taken care of and we
Never
had
assume.
not been. And so we pow-powed them from behind.
And what did they say and do?
I don't remember you say that part.
I wasn't there.
You were
I just
there.
heard the stories around the campfire that night.
What did they say and do?
I always hear the same thing about my wife, Sister Kate, whenever there's gunfire involved in some kind of scenario. They're like, she came out of nowhere and killed everybody, man. And I'm like, what? She's like, dude, she just came up from behind us and she's like,
You're all dead. You're
You're
all
dead.
dead.
You're dead.
You're dead.
And they were dead, and that was the end of the exercise because Sister Kate rules.
Me and my big guy, my big shotgun guy. We were the last two left
So
alive.
you want to tell about your last encounter with the bear?
Is he still on here?
I don't know, probably not.
Is he still on there? How did the four-wheeler handle the recoil?
Good. They mounted it on a piece of a marine grade plywood that they had tied down with a tubular webbing to the front, to a rack on the front, and then the tripod was tied down with tubular webbing to that. It was fine.
I don't know if the bear is on here or
You
not.
can still tell the story.
but-
You're not going to lie. Scenario.
Wes said he calls me for his team. So
You have an airsoft gun.
we had an airsoft gun.
What kind of gun was it?
What do you mean? It was a pistol.
Was it a 45? Was it a PPK?
No, it was definitely, I think it was a 9mm.
It was a Glock.
I think it was a Glock.
Yeah, airsoft Glock.
Airsoft.
They give it to you. They put it in your hand.
Right,
And
and
what
you
did
get
they
a little briefing. You get a little briefing from the people who are running this scenario. When he says, we're going to walk around this corner and we're going to go into this area and you may or may not meet friendly people or not friendly people when you're in there, and just do what you think makes, you know, the best sense when we get there. And I say, okie doke. And so they give me the airsoft, and we walk through a door, and the person who escorted me just goes, okay, we're here. And then
This
There's-
huge man comes lurking out of the darkness, and he's moving towards you, and he says,
there's two of them, and one of them is saying, I don't like my food burnt. I don't like my food burnt. And he's walking towards me, and there's this big guy with a deep voice, and he's walking up holding a lipstick saying, is this your lipstick? Is this your lipstick, Sister Kate? And they're both coming at me, one from their left and one from their
what
right.
did you do?
And my
It's a story.
It is a story. And so what I did is what my husband told me to do. You put your hands up and you say stop when
But you
people
had a
are
gun in
coming.
your hand.
I did.
So how did you do that?
I said stop. I
What'd you-
said stop.
Where was the gun?
Stop coming. I'm sure it was probably right here by my
Okay.
side.
Stop!
Stop. Right?
Pectoral index,
Back
I
up.
hope.
Back up. And they kept walking.
They kept
And I
walking.
said-
They were disregarding your no.
They were disregarding my no.
Ladies, if someone ever disregards your no, they're a bad person.
I said, that's it. And I popped them both. I shot like each of them twice, and one of them fell down. Well, they both fell down. And then the one guy kind of was half sitting up, and he's looking at me, and I went over to the big guy, bear, and I said, like, you know, what are you doing or whatever? And he was talking to me, and I don't remember how it came about, but I'm like, no, pow, pow. And then I see the other guy is sitting up and looking at me, and I said, no, pow, 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 pow. Get his gun out of his hand, kick it away from him, and then look around and see if they have any friends.
Were they shocked or were they just, what was their reaction?
They were
to
like,
your-
dang, she didn't even let me say the thing I was trying to say. And I said, you went through my no, that was it. Like, there's no more going on. If I say stop and you don't, that's it.
Sister Kate will shoot you.
And I guess I'm the only one who shot both guys and didn't get shot myself because they changed the scenario for everybody.
So what about that one combat pistol class you went to, and the shooting and the continual shooting and shooting and shooting?
That's not what happened. I was at a combat.
Cold-blooded murdering housewife.
It was a class.
What was the scenario? What was the scenario?
And the scenario was there's a bad guy, and you're supposed to shoot him like a prescribed number of shots, like 2 in the chest and 1 in the head or something. And the guy tells you
Mozambique.
fire, right? You know, shoot. And so we do. And he had just taught us that when you are doing that, when you're aimed and you're shooting, you don't drop your pistol down towards your toes. You don't want to, right? First of all, that now you're aiming at the ground, but you could also shoot your toe if you're not very good with them. So he said, bring it into your chest, right? And keep it
Number
aimed
3.
down
Bring
range.
it back to position 3, right?
So if you need to, you can deploy it. And so he had just taught us that thing, and then we had done this Mozambique thing, and I'm standing there, and we all did the 2-shot, 1-shot.
And you're on line. You're on a
And-
firing line.
right,
Everybody
we're-
has a target.
Right, and so the assumption is you're going to stop. Well, I put it like this, and then I popped it back out, and I shot 3 more times, and the range instructor comes up to me and goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "That guy got back up." And he laughed, just like that. Oh, okay, good. So there you have it. There's my stories.
Those are good stories. Can I have my phone?
I don't know where it is.
I have phone
Control
phobia.
issues.
Oh, where's my phone?
No means no. Little gals need stopping power. And that's why we carry, Joyce said. Always destroy the head. They always take the head.
They always take the heads. 13th Warrior.
And if the bear man was in here, he could tell you his side of the story, but I don't.
I think he popped in and popped out.
I
He's
love
busy
a man who brags on his wife. You folks are good peeps. Well, we try to be. Sister Kate, the SF wife. Awesome story.
See you, William.
And Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thanks, Suze.
Suze.
Hey, Suze.
What time is it?
I don't know. What
21:26. I don't know if I'm going to make it till New Year's.
is 21? That's 9:26, right?
Yes, see, you are a good military wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. That goes for bad guys and venomous snakes. So TJ knows Sister Kate is a dangerous lady.
All the Chauffarians know.
I am not. I'm a housewife. I'm an excellent baker. I posted a picture on the Instagram today of a soup that I made by just sitting a carcass
Westhold Forge.
on our stove. What?
He said he could make. He knows a guy that could make a knife like the one I showed today.
There you go.
Here's the thing about bomb threats, guys.
Happy New Year.
99.1000% of the time
Randy.
when there's a bomb threat, it's nothing to it. The bear is back. He missed your story.
What?
Somebody said the bear is back. Yankee Watchdog said the bear is back. Bear, you missed the story where Sister Kate shot you.
He made me tell it.
See you,
want
Ken.
You to know, I was not bragging.
No, you were not. It was a scenario anyway. It doesn't matter.
All right. See you, Ken. See Natural News article on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Huh.
What?
Now, are you getting tired because we're old now?
Well, yeah, because I had a very busy day.
What'd you do today?
What did I do today? I got up. I washed dishes by hand after warming
You should
up
tell the
water.
people how you wash dishes.
Have you not heard how I wash dishes?
Let's start out with this. I carry in 5-gallon pails of water from our collection system outside that collects rainwater. And I put the 5-gallon pails in the kitchen, and I also pour some into the stove, which then heats it up in the little water holder.
Right, and then
That's my part. I'm
right,
done.
and then I put 2 bins because I'm tall. And you're
6'2".
your average
Well, I'm
sink
6'5", so yeah.
is too short for me. So I have these bins that I place on top of my
It's
sink.
inferior. The average sink is inferior.
And then if the
Not like
water
in Germany. Sorry.
if the water in the tank is not hot enough, then I I scoop it out of the 5-gallon buckets with a pot that I use just for that, and I put them in other pots, and
like
I
General
heat those
Flynn.
up, and I make them boil. And then I put them in the
That's right,
bins,
Philip.
and then I wash the dishes. So, by hand. How was
Wes
the
told
wood
once-
cook stove running
You
this
should come by
year?
and see it.
You should come by and see it. It's
going all the time.
It's every day. It keeps the house warm. And the other day I cooked. Let me think about it now. Don't get this fly straight. I cooked a breakfast, like I made brownies or something on it, and then I made a lunch where I sautéed the.
You just made a breakfast, not today.
Sausage
Today
and
we
stuff
had
like
yogurt.
that.
But you made like some kind of banana bread.
Right, I made a.
Then you heated up the banana bread and put 2 eggs over easy on top of it with cheese.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
but during the day, I mean, I may cook 3 meals on it, and bake things. Bake bread, bake banana bread, bake muffins,
Bake locally sourced protein.
bake chicken, you know, and you can have stuff in the oven on the top, and you can have stuff rising at the in the warming part. I'll come by when the cookies are coming out of the stove. Or fresh bread. It's gonna happen soon because we're running out. We've only got 1/2 loaf.
Do you want to tell the story about I ain't seen no pie come out of your oven lately? Oh my god. You a big, what do you call you, a muldoon? That's where I learned the term muldoon.
Yeah, he called me a muldoon. But do we really want another story?
Do you guys want another story or not?
Happy New
It's okay.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Y'all need some coffee with cinnamon schnapps. I'm not drinking any more coffee because it's tearing my stomach up. I enjoyed the flavors. I got like caramel additive.
Oh, we got lots
and
of people.
mint additive.
I ain't seen no pie come out of your oven, you big muldoon. You got to tell that story. Everybody's saying yes.
You got to set it up.
All right, so I'm commanding a Special Forces company. As part of that, I have a headquarters element, the B team, and on it I have a sergeant major and an E8 and a handful of E7s, one of which is Dave. We won't say his last name.
Okay.
And Dave used to I think Monday. Every Monday, Dave would bring into the office fresh baked goods, a chocolate cake, brownies, cookies, whatever. He'd bring it in, and after PT, we'd all chow down. We loved Dave, man. He was awesome. Have our coffee, we'd all tuck into it, and one day, SK was there in the office, and he made apple pie.
Apple pie. And he's being very, very polite about it. He's.
Oh, Dave was I would love to find him today and see what he's
Would
up
you
to.
like to have some
Apple pie?
And I, of course, say, yeah, I'd love to have some apple pie. So he hands me a plate with a nice warm piece of pie on it, and
Homemade pie?
homemade pie. And I guess I'm a little bit of a pie
You
snob.
guys don't normally think of Green Berets as baking and enjoying baked goods, right? It's not what the media shows you, but we're people.
Right? And I don't know if I'm a pie snob or not, but the pie that my mom made, apple pie, had a thin crust and very thinly sliced apple slices in lots of cinnamon, sugar, and nutmeg and things. And so I taste his, and it's a very thick dough, and it's very chunky cut apple.
See you up north.
And not as much spice. And I tell him, Dave, this is not.
Dankeschön, Tisch Stamm.
This is not an apple pie. Like, I don't know what you think this is, but this is.
Yeah, and she told him this.
Yes.
She told a Green
in
Beret.
front of all the
In
other
front of
guys.
all the other Green Berets. Now, he did make the pie. That takes nothing away from the fact that he's a steely-eyed killer. Okay? And so she's kind of dissing him
Big
in front
time.
of his wolf pack.
Right.
And not really trying to.
Right.
But you did.
But being honest. And he looks
And
at
we
me
are crestfallen. We're all doing the thing where we make eye contact around Dave and not looking at her going, I hope she didn't just screw this up for us and make
No
Dave
more
not bake
baked
for us
goods.
every Monday because
Right.
we kind of dig it. Mondays suck. And
Right.
he always brings in baked goods.
So he says to me, which shocked me, because normally the guys who work with my husband were very nice to me. I haven't seen any buns come out of your oven lately, you non-pie making muldoon.
He did say
And he
that.
said it like kind of angry.
Yeah, he was
He was a
real
little miffed. He was a little miffed at me. And I looked at him and I said, "Is that a challenge?" And he said, "It's whatever you think it is." And I said, "It's on. I will bring a pie in here tomorrow morning, young man." And I went out. And I was so fuming. And my daughter, when they heard, "He called you a Muldoon, Mommy," I said, "That's right, he did. And he's going to find out what apple pie really is." And so I baked a pie the next day and I brought it in. And everyone was kind of ignoring me. Everyone was
Oh
going,
yeah, because
"Oh,
here's the deal.
Lord."
It's the wolf pack, right? We go to war with Dave. That's the boss's wife. We go to war with Dave, and Dave makes us stuff every Monday. This is the first pie that's come out of your oven, you non-pie making
Making
Muldoon.
Muldoon, right?
So they weren't
So-
like giving her love when
No,
she
they
showed
weren't
back
like,
up.
"Oh, you have a pie too." They were all like very quiet. So I
Uh-huh.
just, I noticed that and I came up and I cut the pieces just like he did. And I gave one to my husband and I gave one to the sergeant major and I gave one to Dave and to other guys there. And I'm talking to my husband being nonchalant, just like the rest of them. And about, I don't know, few minutes. Couldn't
15, 20 seconds.
couldn't have been more than 2 minutes after I'm done talking to my husband. I just look around and I said, "You don't have to say anything, Dave. The fact that your plate is clean tells me everything I need to know." And I just walked out.
Dave was awesome.
So that is the pie making story. Baked you into a corner. Well, it was all very coincidental. Hearing gunfire now in Idaho.
Well, there's always gunfire in Idaho.
Yankee Watchdog said, "Well done, SK. You should get a good beard oil." A said, "He has a good beard oil.
Doesn't ever use it.
Farm Moss sent him one." Fajelling says, "Awesome story. Great story." Thank you. It is all true. We're not, my stories, I don't make up numbers and things. I try to get them as close to the story as I can. I hope the others took note on what kind of woman to marry. I don't know. These SF guys are not easy to marry. Like, I don't know.
We are difficult men.
Difficult, very manly men, and not every woman wants to put up with that.
That's cool, Westhold. Yes, he did continue to bake.
Yes, he did.
He was
did not-
awesome.
He did not let that stop him in any way. I may have even brought in Cool Whip or vanilla ice cream with my pie. I kind of remember topping it and giving it, and then just, it was gone.
Well, we did PT. We were hungry.
Right? Just gone. Whoops, I'm shaking the camera. Sorry, you guys. That's me. That's me foot twitching. Always gunfire in Idaho. Keeps them off the wire. Nice. I don't worry about another man's beard, said Rick. Hey, man, you know.
I'm not into quaffing.
Man, Maine, what are you going to say?
So what are your plans for 2021, Sister Kate?
What
What's
are my
on
plans?
what's big on your agenda? Without maybe giving dates.
Hunkering down.
We are definitely hunkering down. We're
Keeping out of the limelight.
keeping out of the line of fire. I
Um,
feel cold there.
trying to make our garden better than it was last year, improving our property, and hopefully getting more done on our house. That's, I mean,
That's
it's
kind of like every
it's
year.
a theme. It's been that way for 10 years.
COVID 2020.
What? Oh, you said something I'm trying to think about. Oh, comment.
Do
2021.
you have a daughter
Oh,
having a baby?
yes, I'm going to have another grand baby in the upcoming year, and I plan on being there. I'm going to clean my shop sometime during 2021.
I would like to get my shop set up and working sometime in 2021. You're right, Johnny. It never
It
ends.
never ends. My grandmother always had a great garden. I know ours needs more
We already did the predictions. It's the first thing we did.
nitrogen. We need more manure. We need more fertilizer in our garden.
We
and
need
it will
everything.
do better. Because some plants did well, We did have some individual plants where I had thrown down some fertilizer type stuff, blood meal, bone meal. They got big and healthy, but I want the whole garden that way this year. We are working on hubby's shop right now.
They're not
Nice.
really doing it right now. I think they meant generally at this time frame. I don't think they're out there working in the shop watching SK and PJ.
I don't know. Ron Brandon says, love y'all. In 2021, I want to build a Walipini, which is a greenhouse. We
Boiler
want to
mechanic
finish
wants to know,
us.
how did the high raised bed work out?
It worked. It worked well.
Mm-hmm.
I would not say it was bug free, but it worked well. It was easier.
It was better.
Yeah, it was easier to reach. It was easier to weed. It was easier.
But what happened? What are we going to have to do before we plant in it again?
I already have put in more soil improving things. Why?
We have to take the bark off the top because we put a bark covering over top of it to help with moisture control. We're going to have to add more dirt because the dirt sunk down between the logs that were in there.
And the dirt we add should have some peat moss because that other dirt dried out really.
Well, we
pretty
bought
good.
that dirt and it wasn't very good dirt, to tell you the
It
truth.
wasn't the greatest. No.
I found good dirt down by the creek.
Well,
We can just get a scoop of dirt and jack, bring it up, and dump it right in there.
We could, and I've got fertilizer I can put in on top of it.
But it worked good.
It did work good, and these.
Vicky Fulkerson, shalom, my
Hey,
sister.
Sister Vicky.
She says she's looking at dispatching a few roosters on Sunday.
Oh,
Oh?
where? What?
No, James, it took too long. You're going to have to go back after this is posted and look at it seriously. We're not going to do the predictions again. We did 20 of them.
How many, Sister Vicky? How many are you looking at dispatching? She is. Shalom, Kenneth.
Well, thanks, Philip. He
Sister-
said finding us made his quarantine.
Aw, that's so sweet. We quarantined. We did. We quarantined.
We did, like, from March until, what, June or something?
No,
July?
I mean even when we had the vid, we were definitely quarantining ourselves.
Oh, yeah, we just had the vid. We lived.
About to start my
4.
sweet potato.
Vicky said
slips.
4. Shalom, Paula
sh-
Joe Davis.
Vicky, that's a good number.
Hello, Joyce, Georgia.
That's a good number. Are you putting the word out? Like, are you going to get the sisters to come help you, or is it just going to be you and your hubby? We're dispatching wild hogs here at the ranch in Texas.
From a helicopter?
From horseback? Come on, keep going.
I just would like to
From an
ride around in a little
ATV?
bird and shoot them.
You got dogs? Did any of you all see
Evelyn
Biddy
is here
Boo's-
from Southwest North Carolina.
Shalom. Did any of you see Biddy Boo's video about the wild
Yeah, I
hog
never
that
heard
was
of Blow
trying
Sand.
to breed her pot-bellied pig and they ended up shooting it? That was
Good.
pretty real. Wait, you got to finish the hog tail?
What hogtail?
What hog tail? What are you talking about? We
We
don't do
really have
hogs.
any hogtails.
We don't do hogs.
It's a filthy animal.
What's your favorite breed of chicken? My favorite breed of chicken.
Aracuna.
No. In general.
Hard rock.
No. Is the Australorp. I like the way they look. They're supposed to be
Yankee Watchdogs said KFC.
right.
Boiler
Baked.
Mechanic said baked.
Yeah. See, you interrupted me
I'm
and then
sorry,
I
sweety.
can't keep my
Please
train of thought.
continue.
Australorps because they lay a lot of eggs too. They're supposed to lay 1 egg a day their first year, which is a lot. Great production, and I like the way they look generally. And then my second favorite is the Sussex, the brown Sussex. They're really cute, and they're supposed to be very hardy.
Og, we have fig trees. Thank you. Northwest Georgia.
My favorite chicken has feathers and lays eggs.
Yeah, ours too.
Yeah.
Northwest Iowa. Corn-fed and Hawkeye Woobina.
What's that mean?
I don't know, but they have big deer in that part of Iowa, right?
Use a little dirt from around a dead tree stump for raised bed full of microbes. It's true, and we could probably find some.
But we don't need a little dirt. We need like a whole tractor scoop full of dirt.
How to from a horse.
Shoot them from a horse, stick them from a horse.
Right on.
Right on with a big old hog spear.
I used to ride horses. I liked doing that kind of thing. Although I never stuck anything. Just toted home a couple of tons of chicken for the peeps.
Yeah, we've
Nice.
done that in the past
Yeah.
year thanks to NWA Prepper.
Yep, my first year America's Buff Orbs are laying. I got a duck egg today. I was so excited because My son, who has ducks from the same flock as mine, they had already started laying. Sister Melissa's ducks have been laying for a while, and I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? And what can I do
They
to
hate you.
help these girls along? And I changed their diet up and made it for more varied, and one of them laid an egg today, so I'm super excited. You got the last name right. You just won as much Iowa farm dirt as you need. Yay! Whoopana. Are ducks clean? I thought
Whoa!
swans were
Earthquake.
not.
That was my big toe. Sorry.
That is your big toe. You gotta be careful. I think swans probably aren't, but ducks are not
Hawkshaw. Yes.
addressed. They're not addressed in there specifically, and so as they are not carnivores or bottom feeders, we think they're probably okay.
So you answered that so much nicer than I was.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, are ducks clean? Well, since we just said we raise ducks and we eat ducks and we use their eggs, what do you think? Something like that. See, that was snarky and kind of mean and...
Sassafras? What are
Yeah.
you sassing?
It's late, I'm tired,
Well, that's a decent question. I mean, they just want to know.
I know, but why would we raise an unclean animal?
Bear is doing a men's retreat as a pastor. Would you ever consider doing something similar?
Sure, I've talked about it. Actually, I think I probably gave him the idea for it.
I have 29 hens and I've been getting 21 to 22 eggs every day for the past 3
Balut!
weeks. Yeah, that's awesome, Lance.
I would not eat a balut.
We found out this week we needed to give chickens the laying pellets. Yes, I was told by a
They need the protein.
very kind man who ran the co-op near us when we moved to Kansas. Just the sweetest guy. Bob Holland, and he ended up being a county commissioner. He said the best combination that he found for chickens that you want to lay eggs is give them the layer pellets and the scratch grain. He said you can give them, the one without the other, but they don't lay as well as if you give them both. So that's my thing. I try to give them at least that, if not with other things too, like scraps from the table and so on. And I keep kicking the phone. That's why it's shaking, y'all. There's no earthquake here right now. 10-4 on that.
10-4, good buddy.
Ducks can mate with chickens? No, they can't. Get out of here. Get out of here. Our neighbor started raising quail. Eggs are delicious. Waiting for them to boost numbers for a little meat. Quail are supposed to be very easy to raise, but they won't lay eggs and hatch for themselves. That's why I have birds. Same kind, which makes them clean as chickens are. Danny, that's not true. They cannot mate. My wife's going to love this story as soon as she wakes up from her nap so we can play for New Year's out in the backyard with our noisemakers. Chuck's makes a chuck. Does not. Layer pellets are not self-sufficient, but we give meat, scraps, and grain. Right.
Right, they're not self-sufficient, but taking advantage of modern things while you have them is fine as long as you have a plan for what you're going to do when those things don't exist.
Right.
Because being self-sufficient typically means more time, more effort that you're not doing other things. So
right.
That's my take on it.
If it came down to it, then they wouldn't get the pellets. They would scratch and dig on their own.
A lot of folks over the hill are sure burning through a lot of clips of ammo in Kentucky at the moment.
Right?
It's what?
It's not cheap.
It's 11:15 in Kentucky. They're just warming up.
I love quail. Quail is good. Here in New Hampshire, gotta have an insulated coop so the chickens survive the winter. I believe that.
I believe that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And in Kansas, it got cold. And we did not have an insulated coop, but
we would put a lamp out there sometimes when it was really cold because we had power and everything.
Yeah, we did have power.
Is it legal to string my harp on Shabbat?
Well, you should do it before Shabbat. How about
right. Exactly.
$1 a round for 5.56. How?
Michigan chickens do fine without heaters.
Yeah, it's my understanding that chickens will do okay without heaters.
But you have to
Your
know your
methods
own
may vary.
area,
You do.
right? Like if you get an inch of snow and all that other stuff, they're going to stop laying and everything. They'll survive it, but they're not going to be doing great.
Mm-hmm. Why are you frowning? Look, everyone's afraid of you. Look how you're looking at them. They're thinking you're going to come in and shoot
Because I
them.
can't see.
Can't see.
Can't hear neither.
What's wrong?
Can't hear
Why not?
because I'm old. Got no teeth. Well, wait, that's
You do
not
have
true.
teeth.
Is it chore to string my harp on Shabbat? It's going to be a real chore. No, don't do it. If it's a chore, don't do it on Shabbat.
Yeah, don't do it.
Do
I
it
just
on a
said that.
different-
Why are you asking it again? Don't string your harp on Shabbat. Do it earlier or later.
Bigfoots like chicken. Come on now. Chickens are not a wild bird.
Bigfoots like chicken. They come into chicken coops, they grab them, they bite their heads off, and then they run with them.
Why wouldn't
One
they?
in each hand, sometimes four.
Why would they not risk that when they can just eat the
They're
wild
not afraid.
birds?
There's no risk.
Grouse,
because they're all in one
pigeons.
spot, easy to find.
Hang on, wait. We're getting a phone call.
Well, you can't answer it while we're live. You're just
Yes,
gonna
I
have to-
can. There it is right there. What's up? Hello? Oh,
See?
you call. You have another phone. You
Well,
call.
who was it?
It was the kid who lives down the road. The millennial.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Jack Link. I don't know. Back in the 1980s, Mom made me run after turkey on our property to take a Polaroid picture. Hang on. Not a good pick. Yeah, they're fast. Turkeys are super fast. She's calling.
Yeah, I know.
again.
Well, deny it and I'll call her.
Okay, come on.
Bear with us. We're experiencing technical difficulties here. Just deny it. You got it? Did you deny it? Is it hung up?
I don't know what it's doing. It's frozen. She probably hung up. Or you call.
I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
Don't forget about it. It's fine. I'll just keep calling.
But do you have a list of things a crew should be able to do?
Yes. All the things. Yes, you rang.
Can you hear me now? John Chason said,
I'm sorry, what?
love your sermons on Shofar Mountain site. Okay, thank you.
Did
I will
Billy
tell
go?
him. Hey, there is Tim.
Where are you? I can barely hear you.
Hey, brother Tim.
Is the Billy Goat undercover or just
He
sitting out
is.
there?
I put a tarp out there
He is undercover under a tarp.
for him with hay in it.
Where are you? Okay. Love you. Bye.
I just got into my driveway.
Did you say Tim was there?
Yeah, Tim.
Our Tim?
Yes.
Shalom, brother.
My store sells chicken feet, but unsure how to cook them. I don't eat them, but I think you boil them.
Is Tim still here?
He said hello, just like
Hey, Tim, those
Keep it away.
magnets for the EMP protection on the solar system, where can one get them? I was showing somebody what you taught me about protecting against EMP, and she said, do you get these at Lowe's? I said, I don't think so. I don't know where you get them. So where do you get those magnets?
excuse me. Excuse me. Thanks and Happy New Year. Y'all
Okay,
are awesome.
thank you, brother.
you.
I'm gonna
Shofar Mountain not broadcasting lately. We had to.
We had a couple weeks off because we had COVID, and so we didn't have
Yeah, we
anything.
didn't want to spread it to anybody.
But this
so
week,
we didn't.
Be it the Father's will, it's certainly my will. Will be
John
having services. Although it's
Chasson,
supposed to snow.
as in you play chess on a chessboard. I've seen that name before, pronounced Chasson.
Yeah, we knew a Scott.
Right. Electronic supply store, he says. Okay. I don't think we need to go there.
Okay, then we won't.
Okay. Oh, my back is starting to, from leaning forward and back and leaning forward and back. All right.
There's magnets. It's way too long to go into here.
Way too long.
There's a way to protect your solar system from EMP. We have taken those precautions as instructed by a good friend and brother of ours. Yes, ferrites. There he is. He can tell you all he wants to tell you because he told me and he's the expert.
When I had it, it felt like the flu, but I was way, way fatigued. Yes, Philip, we were too.
Gesundheit. Dankeschön.
All right. Well,
Well,
what do you think?
I don't know. You want to?
Hour and a half? Good?
I don't think we can make an hour and a half. Or look, we're getting boring. Everyone's getting bored. How many people do you
Look,
even
it's
have?
already been an hour and a half.
Oh my goodness.
It's up to you.
124 thumbs up.
Well, that's nice. Thank you, guys.
173 watching. So 50 of you clearly have not given a thumbs up. What's up with that? Evidently, that's important. I watch people and they're like,
Thumbs up.
what do they say? Mash the...
Yeah, mash the
What are you
whatever
supposed to mash?
button or
The
something.
thumbs up and hit subscribe and click on the bell. I don't even know what that
Vicky
means.
said shalom. She's sleepy. She's going to bed.
Because
She
all
lives
these
her tough
country
life.
people are like, dude, I got life to do. I gotta go to bed.
Come Fed and Hawkeye Wabina say, keep going.
Keep going. Somehow I got out of chat. I'm back.
I'm not bored. but
Crush the
enjoy
thumbs
the
up,
live
folks.
stream.
Nobody's in Times Square. I heard that like
Smash
for
the
the
like
first time
button.
in forever. There's nobody in Times Square.
Does that...
More stories. More stories.
100% thumbs up. So what do you make of the whole 180 days to release info about aliens
Oh, they're not going to let you know about
or
aliens.
whatnot? Yeah?
Star Rider Studios, do you know your comment was put into holding and I had to release it because it was so outrageous?
What did Brother Tim say?
Brother Tim just said, ferrite's similar to ham use, but broadband and high saturation. See, Tim operates on this level like I can't reach that high
Yeah.
up here. And I listen to him and it sounds kind of like English. And I'm just like, yeah, what do you want me to hand you?
Right. This is, sounds like English, but I don't understand a thing you
And then he
just
gets
said.
frustrated with me. He's
Yes.
like, come on.
Did y'all lose taste and smell? Yes,
Yes, we did.
Thumbs up, and also got your book for Christmas.
Woohoo!
Oh, thank you, Donnie.
Huh?
I have a video with over 9,000 views. I'm a YouTube star. Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
You're a great big YouTube star. We retired geriatric folks can go all night, laugh out loud.
Corn-fed and Hawkeye, I don't know where you are, but, in specific, I just highly doubt you got to worry about any of that nonsense coming out where you are if you're out there doing farm stuff.
This cast is better than ABC broadcast.
No, we didn't get headaches. It was just like a cold.
And just
I mean, I had
kinda
like
tired.
post-nasal. I did a video every day. So, clearly I wasn't dying. It wasn't like last Christmas.
Last Christmas,
Whoo! I was sick. I thought I was going to die.
yeah, last Christmas, fever, coughing, terrible. We were so sick.
Thanks, Philip.
New York City is Babylon. I enjoyed the Revelation sermons. Yeah, they were pretty good.
Why, thank you. I think the Joshua sermons are pretty good.
Joshua's sermons are pretty good.
That doesn't mean they can't both be, right?
That is exactly right. I think most of your sermons are good.
See ya, Osseo. Peace.
Good night. I just heard the
Sleep
first
tight.
gunshots. It's 11:57
Atlantic time? Is it? No. It's 21:57 here. So it should be 22:57 Atlantic time.
Wait a minute. There's Bubba X.
Or maybe Atlantic time is Canada and it's further than Eastern time zone? I don't know. Bubba X most. Most what, brother? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do what?
That's the Canadian maritime.
Ah, so you guys are even further ahead. You're where the Vikings landed, I bet. How do you pronounce that? See, we're not speaking. Law Sax Meadows or something like that?
Might be your second round of COVID.
Could be.
Could. If it is, then the first one was the more serious version. But I'm telling you, our daughter got tested and it was
Patrick, what
influenza.
part of Nova? We've lived in many parts of Nova.
Susan Bryant says your Joshua sermons rock. It's 3:57 hours in England.
It's what?
3:57 hours.
Didn't it?
03:57 hours. Isn't it?
Isn't it? I
That'd
was
be-
watching that Indian guy.
Right, that'd
the
be
comedian.
AM, wouldn't it?
Isn't it? Don't ya?
It's very London. What's your thoughts on the other books of the Bible, like Enoch, etc.?
I don't want to talk about that now. I've been drinking. I don't like talking about the word when I've been drinking.
Most sermons. Yeah, most sermons, Bubba. I've heard like 15 years of his sermons. Sometimes there's one that's not as good. Okay? Ooh, that person's from Northern Neck, VA.
Northern Neck. That's like out in the... Is that where Kemp lived? Northern Neck. Is that like the part that's like off the mainland of Virginia? I guess I could just look it up.
you fine, look it up. Oh, excuse me.
I knew somebody who lived in Northern Neck.
Stafford, Virginia. That's down south. That's
Yeah.
pretty. That area is really
We lived
pretty.
all over Virginia.
Tell us
We're actually
about
Virginia.
the day you met. Ooh.
That's a Sister Kate story because the way I tell it isn't safe.
Ooh, the day we met.
The day we met was in probably 62 or 3.
1962.
At a
we
cocktail
were
party.
babies.
CIA cocktail party in the Mediterranean.
In the Mediterranean, yes. That would have been the first time we were in the same locale together.
Probably in the same bedroom at night.
At night, sleeping in a drawer
Sleeping
or something,
together.
because we were all
That's what they used to
6
do
weeks
then.
old. Met.
Lawns O Meadows, thank you.
Lonsa Meadows is where the Vikings
Right,
landed.
they just told me how to pronounce it.
Yeah. Met, though. Okay, so
Deutsche Klasse.
I don't think that's where we actually met, though.
Leave it to the girl. She remembers every detail.
So we were in the same German class in college. And the only
Northern
reason,
Idaho, Rick.
The only reason I noticed this person is because I was doing pretty well in the class, and I thought my pronunciation was pretty correct, but his was better.
And every
so-
Thursday, what did I wear?
And every Thursday, he and 2 other guys in the class would wear the military uniform because they were in ROTC.
Gotta love a man in a uniform.
And I liked a man in a uniform because my older brother was in the Marine Corps. And so I liked military uniforms. And so I would notice these people. And I thought it was a pity because when he had to speak German, like if he gave a report in class, his pronunciation was really good. But his grades were awful. And so
Awful.
I thought it was too bad. Like, gosh, he's obviously he understands how to speak this language. Why isn't he doing better in class? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. And so I wanted to help him, seriously. Like, because I'm a good student. I'm thinking I can help this guy get his grades up because they should be higher. And so I offered him to do that. I pulled him aside after class one day and I said, hey, I can help you get better grades if you want to. And he said, well, I got to ask my girlfriend, but it's probably not going to happen or something along those lines. And I thought, all right, whatever. I mean,
Italian girlfriend. Let's just say she ran really hot when she got angry. And she was jealous. There ain't no way I'm studying with some other girl. Mm-mm.
but when I was actually introduced to him, not in class, my friend was a
Do y'all really
roommate.
want to hear this story? I don't know that you do.
My friend was a roommate of his Italian girlfriend. And so my friend and I were going somewhere, but she had to swing by the room to get something. And so we go by their room, and
Oh, that's not the story I thought you were going to
he's in
Thank
there
God.
cutting hair. He's cutting his girlfriend's hair.
Yes, because future Green Berets can cut hair.
Right? And so I get introduced to him kind of formally, like, this is Joe Fox or whatever, and this is my roommate Leanne, and blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't
Just
care.
a dude cutting hair.
Right, and I don't care. Like, I don't know anything about the roommate. I don't, my friend and I were going to go do something, so I meet them, and then we leave, and I'm like, whatever. I don't even think about it. And then I put 2 and 2 together later. Oh, he's the same guy who's in my German class.
Mm.
And so I would know him as Mr. Fox
Herr
because
Fuchs?
our instructor called most of the guys and ladies like Miss or Mister when he called on you in
Dr.
class.
Kyler?
Yeah, so that's when we first met. like we're introduced. And there's a whole huge long story there about
The car ride.
dating and all that other stuff, but I don't know that I want to go into that all tonight. Okay, so where are we at? Matt Dish said, I met my wife in ROTC, both on the rifle team. Aww. Charlotte, North Carolina has a rapidly growing tent city. Wow. Yeah,
I bet you they don't have a rapidly growing tent city in Fargo, North Dakota, because 70 below.
Keeps the riffraff out. But there is going to be possibly a lot more homelessness coming in 2021 with the lockdowns and all that. Up to 30 million people may
Look,
be
the
evicted.
whole plan is to have the haves and the have-nots, the elite and the peasants. That's the plan. You can't be a peasant if you own your own house. Got to fix that.
That's right, got to fix it. All right, we got 11 minutes until it's been 2 hours. 11 minutes, so whatever you guys want to hear, now is your time. Throw your questions up there or whatever.
Because then we're going to do what for the next?
I met my husband at an EMT class at his fire station. Oh my gosh, when I took my EMT classes at nearby fire stations, those potty mouth, oh my gosh, they were awful. They were so immature.
This is a woman who was married to a soldier for over 20 years.
And I took that class when I was in my 40s, and these 20-year-old males, I was like, all right, I should just sit here and keep my mouth shut because there is no way we're going to find a place to meet the minds there. It was awful. But the instructor was good, and I got certified, so. Homelessness in Austin and Dallas.
It's
I was
demons,
nagged
Philip.
into going to a frat party, not the frat type, but met my wife of 16 years there. Well, isn't that kind of interesting? I went to a frat party or two, but I usually didn't blend. No, I didn't blend well at the frat parties.
You want to tell that story about the frat party next door? No. No?
You can tell it
No,
if
I'm
you
not going
want.
to tell it.
My throat is getting sore. Thought on Brexit as it's happening today.
I think Brexit is a great thing for Britain.
Aid, you should
And
say
I
what you think.
that Scotland, who is making noise about breaking away from the UK and joining the EU, has it half right. They should break away from the UK and they should not join the EU. They should be their own nation. Stand on your own feet. Scotland forever. Where's Norm?
Where's Aid?
Norm is probably asleep.
Norm's probably snoozing. Freedom!
Freedom. Woad. The blue paint. Woad.
Yeah, what about it?
Freedom. See, JT said freedom.
It's from
Right. And what was he wearing? A kilt
a
and
kilt.
woad.
You're a woad. I drove down to Woad to get on the shofar today. All right. God bless America.
Yeah, I think his blessing's about to be removed from America there, George.
I've heard and believe that much mental illness is demonic activity, possession, what did he say? Obsession, oppression.
Yep.
Yep, it's absolutely possible. And it's probably behind a lot of things like schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
None of my critters care about fireworks. I told them to ignore because that's a great practice for the real thing. Some people's dogs get really
Remember those
upset
Anatolians that would run down here every 4th of July?
by fireworks. It scares them, and I think it's because their hearing is so good they don't like being around it. Excuse me. But some dogs get really neurotic and tear the house up.
You sleepy? You ready to say goodbye to the peeps?
Well, I told them 11 more minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, then give him 11 more minutes.
All right. My dog, I'm not impressed by any sudden noise.
The new Braveheart on Netflix is really good. Hey, Westhold, is it called Braveheart? I'll watch it tonight.
Met my lovely bride on a blind date on Groundhog Day, got married on Cinco de Mayo, same year. Well, it's easy for you to remember your dates then. That works. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome, Hunter. Thanks for being here.
Mm-hmm. Met Papa at a gun show. Well, that's just romantic.
I have no idea what the Cold Steel Survivalist is, sis, but I like Cold Steel in general.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year!
My cat is sitting, and then I didn't get to read that. My cat is sitting in my living room listening to the gunshots, not bothered at all. I wish I was better at the shofar.
You just
I
got to practice
sound
more.
like a crying mule. I used to say he sounded like a cat tail caught under the rocking chair when he was
But I'm
practicing.
okay now.
Yeah, you just have to practice. God,
Thank you,
God bless
Logan.
you. Thank you. Did Pastor Fox get on one knee when he asked to marry
No,
me?
it's one of my big regrets. I did not. If I had to do it over again, I would do so.
Good stuff here. Thank you. Good night and Happy New Year.
Shalom, Josh.
Shalom all. Got earplugs for my horse, then when I shoot near them, except for killing trash bandits. Shalom and blessings to us and all of the crew. Absolutely. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom unto you,
You
and
and
all that you do. Shalom, shalom, in all that you do. May God be with you. Peace be with you.
Peace
Shalom.
be with you. Shalom.
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 Hi, Kim.
Impromptu.
Kim, you always get on right as we're getting off.
Thanks for all you do and setting the example for the rest of us. Our trash pandas, raccoons. Yes, thanks for finishing this year off with us. Yeah, come on now. Bye. Bye-bye 2020. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See
Thank
you
you.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Don't forget your bag.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye 2020.
Bye-bye. Have you seen,
Bye-bye.
somebody told me on my Patreon channel to watch this South African sitcom of these two stewardesses.
Right?
It's kind of like Saturday Night Live-ish.
I think I
For all I
saw
know,
it.
it could be on Saturday Night Live,
Right.
and they're pretending to be South Africans. I don't know.
Right.
It was really funny.
Yeah, I think I saw that one too. It was funny because they were saying some sort of South Africanisms
Right.
while they were serving drinks and things.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't South African now that I think about it, because they were making fun of them as being racist. So,
Right, they
yeah.
were making fun of them being racist. That's the other thing I remember.
Oh, nah, my goodness.
Okay, thanks for the chat. Ingrid's
Yay!
Kitchen
I'm ready
Garden.
for you to move, Kim, like 2 years ago.
Yay! We love your wisdom. Blessings to you. Thank you so much.
Something just happened there. What happened?
That's called a text.
Don't worry, we're still here. I don't know if you can see us or not.
I'm not going to be able to answer that.
Well,
though.
don't answer it. You should ignore it.
I don't know how I can do that.
You just ignore it. Hit send and let it go.
That's what I'm going to do.
Shalom, Jody. Shalom, Grandma. There we are. We're back.
Peace. Thank you for your time.
Hey, I do hope you all
Shalom.
have a good
Good night, Grandma
worldly-
Ginger.
the world's new year. You know, I hope 2021 is good for y'all. I really do.
Me too.
Take care of each other, love each other.
Oh, to a more free 2021. Yes.
No, it won't be, but you know,
This was
we
great.
can hope. Beef or cow? That's right. That's right. You saw it.
Found your channel this year. I know it will help my family in the future. I truly thank you. You're welcome. Shalom.
Well, by the end of next year, you should be through all my past videos.
And then you can go on mine. I've
Thank
got
you,
almost
Christine.
1,000.
14 days before Passover, Westhold.
In the spring.
Air Afrikaans.
Air Afrikaans. That's probably it.
Achanamic Ennis.
Shalom. Have a blessed evening.
See
you
ya, Bubba.
too.
It's funny calling you Bubba. See you, Bubba.
That's right. See you soon, probably, Bubba.
Okay.
Okay.
You're in charge of the camera.
Bye.
Love y'all. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Yep. Thank you so much. Have a happy new year. Hopefully 2021 will be great. Loken said 2020 was his favorite
Woohoo.
year. All right. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.